Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Eclihpse, and today we will be talking about Clash Royale, but more so the good, bad, and ugly side of things. So for those of you who are unaware, Chief Pat recently made a video criticizing Clash Royale, and a few people have tweeted me and they want me to kind of react to his video, but I really don't want to do like a traditional reaction video, so instead I figured I would just go over his main points, and then I would talk about my opinions on Clash Royale. So if any of you are curious on which video I am talking about, I will have a link to it down in the description below, but I will try my best to summarize all of his main points. So the first point he said was, if you want to be the best, you're gonna have to spend money. So basically, it's the classic pay to win scenario. All of you guys have heard of this 1,000 times, so it's not really too important to cover. And Chief Pat said Supercell's alternative to this was creating tournaments, because by creating tournaments, the good free-to-play players can shine and they can win cards without having to dish out thousands of dollars. But the one problem with tournaments in themselves is that they are really expensive. So even if you're a really good player, you have to get a spot in a really good tournament. And since tournaments are so expensive, not a lot of people can create these big tournaments. Another point Chief Pat said is kind of coming back to leaderboards, and that is that the leaderboards are really broken, and a lot of people just win trade. And for those of you who do not know what win trading is, it's basically you search at the same time a friend does, and then your friend just basically lets you win, and you pretty much just trade wins through that. And just the other day, before the season reset, the first 10 spots on the leaderboards were all occupied from players in the same clan, and all of these people just had a stupid amount of trophies because they were win trading. So hopefully that kind of makes sense, and win trading isn't just affecting top players, it is also affecting tournaments, and I will go on and rant about this later on in the video. But basically, people join tournaments with a friend and they just keep finding their friend and having their friend lose, and this is somewhat of a big deal, because if someone's win trading and they're at the top of a tournament, then maybe those players who are really good and those players who are grinding for cards, then they'll just kind of get flushed out, and instead of the free-to-play players winning, the cheaters are taking over and getting the good cards. And the final point Chief Pat made was that legendary cards are very unfair, they're hard to get, and they kind of make an unequal skill gap, so this definitely makes it unfair for people who do not have them. So that right there is just kind of like Chief Pat's video summarized into a few minutes. So now let's talk about everything I have to say. So as far as win trading at the top goes, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I can care less about win trading in the leaderboards. Now sure, it definitely screws up those players who are trophy pushing, and it really screws up the people who want to be the best. But the thing is, we all know I'm not good, and I'll never be in the top 200. I mean, who knows, I'll probably never be above 4,000 trophies. So it's for this reason right there that I don't really care about what goes on at the top of the leaderboards. Like the top of the leaderboards compared to where I'm at, those are two completely different sections, and since I'm not too involved in it, it doesn't really directly affect me. So if you guys are just out there like in Arena 4, 5, 6, or 7, win trading at the top doesn't really affect you guys too much, so we are definitely lucky for that. However, if I was a top player and I was trying to be the best, win trading would absolutely piss me off, but since I'm not good, since I'm not number one, I do not care. And as far as win trading in tournaments goes, this is definitely a bigger deal because it affects a lot more players. So when it comes to small tournaments, I know for a fact like I have enough skill to win a small tournament. And when it comes to big tournaments, that's a completely different story because you actually have to be good to win a massive tournament. And for me, like I said, I'm not that good. So if it's a 100,000 gem tournament, I'll be lucky if I can snag a spot in the top 100. So when trading in massive tournaments, it doesn't really affect me, but it does screw up free-to-play players. And as I was saying before, it is just completely screwed up. You can be the best free-to-play player ever, you can be crushing the tournament, but there can be a group of win traders that'll completely screw you over. If you were in the 250,000 gem tournament, and let's say you have a spot in the top 3, but let's say some win traders come along and bump you out of there, you can bet that you would be pissed off. And I guess I'm kind of lucky that I'm not too good at the game because I don't have to worry about win trading at the top, and since I'll never be that good in tournaments, that really won't affect me either. But for those of you guys who are trying to grind and get all of those tournament chests, I do honestly feel sorry for you guys. And now I'm actually going to show some evidence of win trading in tournaments, and the title and thumbnail of this video might be based around this section, so before any of you guys are like, clickbait, it's actually in the video, so calm down. So there's this French YouTuber, or at least I think he's French, but his name is Nixies or Nixes, I'm not too sure how you say it, but a link to his video is down in the description below. But in his video, he shows several of screenshots like this, and basically, I don't know if it's people or companies or what they're doing, but they are selling spots in tournaments. So in this picture, if you're reading the conversation, he's like, how much money does it cost to secure a spot in this position? And the dude who's selling, you know, the tournament spots is like, well, it'll cost you this amount of money. So basically, the 100,000 gem tournament, it costs like $700 to create or something around there. So basically, people are selling spots in tournaments and making their money back. Now, if you guys do want to go watch the video so you can kind of get some more background on what I'm talking about, you can click the link in the description and you will be filled in, but it's just completely screwed up. Just think about it. People are creating tournaments and selling positions in there to make money. Now, this isn't technically against the terms of service, or is it? Now, to be completely honest, this is just completely screwed up. Like, I can't stress it enough. I'm definitely speechless when it comes to this because I want to try to provide insight, like, is this dude actually smart for doing this, or should all these people get banned? I'm honestly confused. Please, down in the comment section below, let me know what you think should happen to these fake tournaments or like these sellout tournament scams. I don't know what you want to call them, but please let me know in the comments what you think about these. I'm definitely speechless. But with that being said, let's move on to the next section, and this is going to be a solution to win trading. So when it comes to win trading, I really don't think Supercell should ban the players, and the reason for that is I feel like that would be a manipulative system. For example, let's say you're in my clan Rage Royale and you find someone you absolutely hate. Let's say you purposely lose the game and then you report the person for win trading. You can get the person you dislike banned for basically trolling them. However, if Supercell has proof that players are win trading constantly, maybe put them on like a 24-hour cooldown, so just not ban them, but maybe disable their attacking privileges for like 24 hours or something. That way people can still play the game, but they won't be screwing up the leaderboards. And as far as fixing win trading in tournaments, why not make tournaments available with gold instead of gems? So right now you can only create tournaments with gems, but what if they made it so you can create tournaments with gems or with gold? So that way you kind of have an option. Then there would be more tournaments in this system, and then the demand for them would be filled, and that way joining tournaments would be a lot easier and it wouldn't be such a mess. And who knows, maybe they can make tournaments cheaper in the future, and then more people can create them, and thus preventing the win trade. I'm not too sure if that made sense, but I just feel like if you can create tournaments with gold instead of strictly gems, that would definitely make tournaments available to more people. And who knows, some top players might have a whole bunch of gold because they don't have anything to spend it on, so then you might see an increase in tournaments with gold coming as well. And if there are more tournaments in the system, then more free-to-play people can join tournaments, win big amounts of cards, and go on with their day. Now again, I'm just a random pleb who sucks at the game giving you guys advice, so is this really a good idea? I mean, you guys will have to tell me. And then my final point of the video is going to be coming to legendaries. So yes, legendaries are hard to get, but that's because they're legendaries. They have legendary in their rarity. They're supposed to be rare. And something I've noticed is a lot of people who complain about them don't even play enough to get a golden chest every day. Now the thing is, I've never got a legit legendary on my main account, and I've been playing Clash Royale since the day it was released. Now I don't play a lot to get a golden chest every day, but I've been playing for quite some time. But I have actually got a free legendary on my second account, but that's still not a lot. And I understand it's frustrating if you're not getting them, but if you're not like grinding the game, if you're not keeping your chest slots full, if you're not getting a daily golden chest, then ask yourself, have you really worked hard enough to get a legendary? But let's say you play Clash Royale a lot. Let's say you keep your chest full, you get a golden chest every other day, and you're upset because you're not getting a legendary, then I'm with you on that one. But the thing is, I'm not really too sure what Supercell can do. Maybe make a legendary in the shop like on Epic Sunday or something like that. Again, I'm not too sure, so if you guys haven't commented on the video already, please leave me some suggestions down in the comment section below. Because trust me, I would definitely love to get more legendaries from chests and stuff like that, but you just have to play a lot, and the thing is, it is all luck as well. Even from a magical chest, you have a 5% chance at getting a legendary, so that means if you open 20 magical chests based on probability, you will only get one legendary. Hopefully my math's right there. Oh well. If I'm wrong, whoopsie. And even if you guys are free to play and you don't gem chests, you can still get plenty of legendaries. I have a clanmate named Vitrulent or Vitrulent. I'm still not sure how you say his name, but he has gotten over 7 legendaries without gemming chests. So here are some pictures of the cards he's gotten. He took all of these on his own, and he basically just grinds this game every day. He has a whole bunch of wins, he plays a lot, and he has no life, and in return, he's gotten plenty of legendaries. So you can definitely get them if you're free to play, but it requires a lot of luck and it requires a lot of time. So hopefully that doesn't come off the wrong way. I'm not saying like, oh, if you don't get legendaries, you're a complainer. I'm just saying it all comes down to luck. So if you don't get a legendary anytime soon, you're gonna get one in the future or eventually. Supercell themselves have said you will get one legendary per month, but the thing is, it is so hard to get one, and even if you do get one a month, it might not be one you actually want. And the very final thing we will be talking about is unfair matchups, because whenever I lose a battle in Clash Royale, I always seem to blame it on the enemy having better cards, but in reality, it's more so that I'm just a noob. And when it comes to unfair matchups, I don't think I need to describe this too much, but when it comes to Clash Royale, most people would say the game's pay to win, and I'm pretty sure if you want to be the best, then obviously you'll have to pay. That's not a shocker to anyone. However, the game is not pay to compete. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys remember the video I made about a level 6 in the legendary arena. Now, he never spent any money. He's got every single legendary in the game out of regular chests that you guys can all get, and he's just an ordinary person. He's a low level, but he manages to stay in the legendary arena, and this isn't because of luck or win trading. This is because he's actually good. So even though you may lose to people with better cards than you, it is still possible to beat them, but it's just more frustrating than not when you go on a crazy losing streak and the only excuse you have in your head is that they have better cards. But guys, this has been Eclihpse, and this is pretty much everything I have to say for today's video. And honestly, when you hate something, it just sticks out way more than all the positive things. So you guys can go on for hours and talk about things you hate, but I'm sure most of you guys look past all the things you really enjoy about Clash Royale. So even though you might hate some of the things I talked about in today's video, I'm sure you like so many things about Clash Royale, and that all just kind of goes back to what I was just saying. You can like 100 things, and that'll be perfectly fine, but the moment you don't like one thing, you will just turn into the biggest complainer ever. But that is everything I do have to say for today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, please be sure to give it a like below, and if you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe for more daily Clash Royale content. Peace out.